Hey everybody, I'm here in Cork, Ireland, and I'm gonna check out this shopping mall. It is, I think it's called the Douglas Shopping Mall, something like that. So the goal for today is actually to visit a couple more CEXs. There are 4 of them in total. There's a CEX in here, and they have a couple of games that I do want to check out and hopefully purchase. They have one game that I was searching for quite a while, and they had it for a decent price, or have it for a decent price. What I don't know though is that if it either has a manual or if the disc is good. So yeah, let's just hope. And once I've picked them up, I will make another video later on just to show what I've picked up. Let's just go and check it out. So yeah, we're back, and yeah, that was just a super fun experience to visit the CEX store in the Douglas Shopping Center in Cork, Ireland. It was just very fun to check out their selection of games and what they had in stock, and also to compare those prices a little bit, to game stores here in the Netherlands and also the CEX here in the Netherlands. Some of the games are a little bit cheaper over there, and some of the games are also a little bit more expensive over there. I don't know what determines like the prices in the CEX. I don't have that much experience with the CEX, but yeah, it was definitely fun to compare those two. Before I went there, I made a list of games that I wanted to pick up, or games that I definitely wanted to pick up, and some games that might be fun to pick up. But being this the first location that I visited of the 4 CEXs there in Cork, Ireland, I had to make a decision, and decided not to pick everything up that was on the list because it was too much, and I also have to store those games in my suitcase back home again. So storing like a huge stack of games seemed a little bit too much. But yeah, there was definitely one game that was very high on the list, and then two other games that I wanted to pick up, but I will talk about those games in just a few minutes. In the video, I've shown a couple games that I did not end up picking up. It was definitely a conscious decision. Because yeah, it was the first location that I visited, and I did have a budget. Didn't want to like overspend already from the get-go. I've shown a couple PlayStation 4 titles, the Mega Man 11, Jedi Fallen Order, and also The Last Guardian. You know, it definitely seemed like a good deal. Each of those games were like 10 euros, but the box was damaged for the Mega Man 11 game. And yeah, the other two, I feel like I'm also able to get those games over here, so it didn't feel like a good move to buy those games over there, while I'm also able to find those deals over here as well. And again, I didn't want to store a stack of games in my suitcase. So I had to make a decision. So yeah, for the Xbox 360, there was one game that was on the list that was actually the Devil May Cry HD collection for 12 euros. Also seemed like a very good deal. I did not end up picking that up because there were some other Xbox 360 titles that I wanted to pick up in the other locations. So this one was on the list, but not that high, so I did not end up picking that up. There were a couple of games that I've shown, for example, the Marvel Ultimate Alliance and Saboteur. I already own those games. I was just looking at those because the prices seemed rather high. And is it me, or are the prices like rather high, or have started to rise a little bit more for the Saboteur? I know it's a very good game, but you know, I think I bought it a couple months ago for maybe 10 or so. And I do believe the Marvel Ultimate Alliance is, you know, that is one of those games that is definitely cheaper here in the Netherlands at the CEX, because I might be mistaken and thinking about the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, but I feel like it's here for 14 or 15, you know, thereabouts. But yeah, those were the games that I have shown. There was another game that I kind of forgot about. It was not on the list, but when I saw it in the store, it's the Time Crisis, the Project Titan game. I love my light gun games. It was only 6 euros. It was a platinum version, but I don't really care. But the problem is that I don't collect PAL games for the PlayStation. I only collect NTSC games. And maybe somehow my mind was like, okay, forget about that game. But when I was checking back the footage of the CX store visit, I was thinking, why did I not pick that up? Because it was only 6 euros and it just seemed like a very good deal. Definitely when you compare it to the NTSC version and the price, because the PAL version is way cheaper. That goes for like 10 or 15, but the NTSC version is, you know, around like 40 or even more, 40 euros or maybe $40, but it's definitely way more expensive. So looking back at the footage, I was like, oh man, you should have picked it up because it's a light gun game and I collect those. I do own the first and the second one, and yeah, don't own this one. But checking the footage back, I don't know what happened. Maybe my mind again was ignoring it because it was like the PAL version. But it was only 6 euros. I don't know what happened. I do have to say though, there were so many games that I wanted to check out and also maybe pick up. I was really active, like thinking about, okay, do I pick this one up? But no, I'm also going to that location as well. So what do? I constantly had to switch around and make decisions, but also record some footage like in the store, something that I normally don't do. So yeah, maybe that was also the reason why I forgot about the Time Crisis, the Project Titan. But yeah, that was a bummer. That was my mistake. For sure, that was my mistake. The other one that I wanted to pick up was a GameCube title. This one was the second one on the list that I wanted to pick up. That is, without kidding, the Mary-Kate and Ashley game for the GameCube. And that price was also only 6 euros. So I don't know how they do it in the CEX because it might differ between locations. But when I opened up the box, the manual was in there, so everything seemed to be okay. The box itself, like the quality, seemed also like in a very good state. And again, it was only €6. It was a game that I wanted to buy because yeah, my goal with the GameCube is not necessarily like a complete collection, definitely not. But when I see a game for a very decent price, and if I don't have it in my collection, I do want to pick it up. But yeah, when I was at the counter, sadly they were unable to find the disc. They definitely did their best to find it. They also were searching like in other cases or boxes to see if they were able to find the disc. But yeah, they weren't able to do so, and yeah, I was not able to buy it. Afterwards, I was thinking maybe I should have asked for the box itself if I could get it, or maybe buy that for a cheaper price, but I am not sure if they do that. But also, it's a very rare occasion that I do see and stumble upon loose discs for a game, and definitely for this game. So I don't know if it really mattered. I just hope that they will find the disc at some point and that someone else can buy that beautiful game. I don't think it's good, but again, I don't have it in my collection, and €6 seems like a very good price. So yeah, with that said, let's just talk about the only game that I picked up from the CX store. And I just want to say, I am very proud of myself that I was able to only pick up one game at that store, and let's talk about that one now. It is Resident Evil Dead Aim for the PlayStation 2. I purchased it for €35, and that seems like a very good deal to me. It is complete in box, and it's in yeah, and it's a very good state. The disc has like some micro scratches, but nothing like that's like too crazy. If you do see the disc, it is just like, yeah, it's almost perfect. It's difficult to show that on a video, but there are no deep scratches on it. Yeah, just super happy that this one is part of the collection now. There are multiple reasons. This one was probably the game that was number one of the games that I wanted to pick up. First of all, I do want to get all the Resident Evil titles on the PlayStation 2, and I think I have almost all of them except for one, and that might be Resident Evil 4. Is that true? I need to check that out. But yeah, I want to collect all the Resident Evil titles because I do want to collect most, or if not all, the horror titles on the PlayStation 2. And yeah, also because it's a horror title, but it's also a light gun game, I also had to pick it up because I love those games. Since I do have like 2 CRTs over here, so I'm able to play those games, and it's always a blast. I love those type of games. If I see an arcade cabinet with Time Crisis or something, I need to pick it up. Oh man, why did I not pick up the Time Crisis Project Titan game for €6? I don't get it. I completely forgot about it. No, anyway, I should be happy. I am happy that I have picked this one up. The nice thing though with this one is that it is compatible with the G-Con 2 and also the first one. That's one, the 45, G-Con 45. I do own that one. I still am searching for a proper G-Con 2 because most games are compatible with the 45 version, but I think a while ago I picked up the Virtua Cop game, and that might only support the second G-Con. Yeah, still searching for it. I hope I will find it soon, but yeah, just searching for a good deal. But yeah, Resident Evil Dead Aim. I had to pick this one up. It was high on the list again, and I think even a month ago or so I already saw it in stock over there, and I was like, yes, I need to keep my eyes on it, but also maybe not too much because it might get like sold over there. But yeah, luckily it was there in a very good condition. They were able to find the disc. Another nice thing about this though is that it was 35. On price charting, it says it's between like 20 or 30 euros or so. I do see it for more on local marketplaces and also on Vinted or eBay. And yeah, no shipping costs, so that's also like a nice addition. And if I were to purchase this one over here in a local or in a Dutch CEX, it's 55 euros. It has been in stock for quite a while, but I was thinking like, no, that is maybe a little bit too much. It's something, seems also like a decent price if I did not see this one for 35. So yeah, man, I'm super stoked about this one. As you can see in the footage, it's a rather like an odd Resident Evil. It's a light gun game, but it's still third person, but you do like move into first person when you are starting to aim, and you are able to play it with the controller as well. It feels okay-ish. The footage is like recorded with playing it with the controller, but yeah, I still need to check it out with using the G-Con. But yeah, it seems like a very interesting mix between a light gun shooter, but also still the original, like the survival horror. It also feels a little bit like a in between the usual fixed camera perspective Resident Evil games and then Resident Evil 4. And I don't know, this one was released before Resident Evil 4, so maybe they have learned some things about making this game, and then which things that were translated to Resident Evil 4. Like I'm not sure, but yeah, it's just a game that I really wanted to add to the collection. I do own the Resident Evil Survivor game, the second one on the PlayStation 2, which is a light gun game. When I bought the game, I was actually thinking it was like it was Dead Aim, but it wasn't. That game is not great. It's playable, it's fun, but this is definitely the better of those two. So yeah, again, super stoked that I was able to add this one to the collection. Yes, that already made my day. So this was the first stop. Only picked up one game. I had a budget of like 100 euro, so 35 of that. Seems like a good start. All the other games, they are all very decent, but some other games had more priority. So yeah, that is that. So yeah, Resident Evil Survivor or Resident Evil Dead Aim, it's part of the collection right now, and yes, I'm super happy. So yeah, that was the CEX in the Douglas Shopping Center in Cork Ireland. It was quite an experience, especially like visiting that store with and trying to record some footage. It's not something that I normally do. Yeah, it was just fun going out there and seeing if I was even able to pick up a game. And yeah, it so happened to be like a Resident Evil Dead Aim, and yes, super excited about it. I did visit like 3 other locations. I will show that in a different video. It might be 1 or maybe 2 videos. Currently, I'm editing those videos at the moment. And yeah, did pick up some other games as well. So be sure to check out those videos later on. you know, as always, thanks all for watching this video, but also for checking out the other game pickup videos and for commenting and for subscribing. I appreciate it a ton. Listen, I'm just having fun like with the game collecting and just showing what I've picked up. I love talking about games and you know, sharing like, okay, I've picked up this game. I really like people commenting as well, like when they had some experience with the game or have not played it yet or are actually being reminded about a couple of games. So yeah, just love it a lot. So yeah, thanks again for watching the video, and yeah, have a nice day, and see you all later. Bye.